Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought today it's getting that time where I gotta put the chickens in pretty soon. About another 15 minutes, but I thought we'd go outside and just check out the chickens, let you see what they look like, because you know they've run a little bit, and to see what's going on outside. So let's go on outside and see what's going on. Come on. Wait, I'm gonna show you everything along the way. To show you my flowers and my garden and all that stuff. So here we go. Okay, anyway, these are my lilies. Now some of them have dropped off. They're, they don't stay too long, but aren't they beautiful? There's them. These are called Asiatic lilies, and they grow pretty good. There's that same one, and then these yellow ones. So that's my garden. Right here is what I call Leo's garden. This is where I grow all my herbs and veggies for my rabbit. We got kale. These are carrot greens. Of course, carrots underneath. And in the middle, you can't see, but there's romaine lettuce growing there. I got dill right there. Let me get it close up so you can see what's really what. That's cilantro. It's starting to seed, so that happens. You gotta start picking. A lot of times you need to cut it down very far, and that's usually what I do. This is parsley, what they call Italian parsley. This is all basil. All that's basil right there. And as you can see, they got seed pods. If you look, let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit. See them little pods right there? Those are, that's what you actually use for next year. You put it in the ground, and then you got seeds for next year. But anyway, this is dill. It's the same stuff like you make pickles from. That's what gives the pickles the dill taste. And there's carrots. These are carrot greens. And this is called red romaine lettuce right here because it's got a red tip to it, and this is green romaine lettuce. All these bushy things are the kale. She loves kale. She absolutely, actually, I gotta pick some for tomorrow's meal. So I just like it to be washed and ready to go for when tomorrow night comes. This actually, this was a sunflower that I picked, and I was thinking that it would do some. I think I'm just going to take the top off and give it to my bunny, because rabbits love sunflower, the petals, and they can't eat the seeds, but they can eat the flower itself before it makes the seeds. These are actually going to be summer squash, which is actually called spaghetti squash, but it was an accident. I didn't know that these were in there. Now I can't do anything about it. Now it's grabbed a hold of my, look, its little fingers grabbed a hold of that, so I can't. This was supposed to be a potato. See this potato way down in there? It's just in there. I don't even know why. It was just sticking out of the ground. But if I pull these out, there'll be a bunch of little tiny potatoes on the inside. And then what happens is, if you get them potatoes that got some eyes on there, you cut the piece that has the eyes in it, the little white things growing out of them, stick them into some dirt, and this is what happens. Not these leaves, but these leaves. Those are potato leaves. This is from the same plant. This got fingers. Yeah, so anytime anything like this grows like a plant, it's usually spaghetti squash, or what I'm growing anyway. Because I'm also growing zucchini. So, the zucchini doesn't grow up like this. It just bushes out and makes zucchini, which is the green zucchini. This is going to make a thing called spaghetti squash. You have to look it up if you don't know what it is, but it's absolutely to die for. You put a load of butter on the inside, a little salt and pepper, and it's a meal in itself, I tell you. So let's go go down here. I'll show you my strawberries. And there's my strawberries. I mean, look at the leaves on these. Look at the sucker's leaves. And I got a little strawberry growing right there. Right there. My camera's not wanting to auto adjust. But, let me see. There it is, right there. But I keep this cage over this because if not, these deers will try to eat these strawberries. No problem. Here's my tomatoes. You can look in there. There's some tomatoes in there growing. Right there. And look, all of them, all along here. Now I'll probably water them tomorrow. I really hate pulling out that big long stuff hose, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And right here is mint. Now mint, you buy one plant and it will overgrow this whole entire area. Like there's even some mint in behind here. You see that mint down there, right there? And this is my tomato cage right here. This is my tomato plant right here. But yeah, and there's a tomato plant in there. You can't really see it. It's right there. And this mint just takes over. But the mint is for my bunny. What I'll do is when it gets too tall, I'll start cutting a bunch of it down, and then I'll dehydrate it, and it's a treat that she can have over the winter time, since you can't grow. Now mint will survive most winters, believe it or not. It will still stay green and everything. And I got cucumbers growing here. This is cucumbers right here, and it's got like little like flowers and stuff in it. Here's some back here, some back here. Now this is kale, believe it or not. This has been here for about 5 years. Every year, I don't know what that is, but somehow these will drop off. And these things, like little pods. And next year, it'll just keeps growing kale. So, and there's one of my chickens right there. There's my dog. Well, it's my husband's dog. I don't really claim him because he kind of obeys my husband more than me. So I just said, well, he's your dog. And he's in the process of trying to make a shed right here. So this is where, I guess, where he's wanting to play on. There's my one chicken right there. She's in that cage. So that way she gets, you know, poor thing. I mean, they had pecked her to death. So she's staying with me, and she's like the runt. Oh, we named her Peekaboo because when she's in the tote inside, she'll hop on top of that mason jar thing, and she'll stick her head through this little cage. It looks like this kind of, but it's white. It's made out of plastic, and she'll literally stick her head through them little holes, you know. And we named her Peekaboo because of that. But look, they picked her clean, man. I feel so damn sorry for her. So I'm hoping and praying I might have to make her a place down in the basement when she gets bigger, because she's going to need a larger room to run. What are you barking about? What is it you're barking about? It's probably a deer. What is it? See something in the woods. I don't know. Anyway, there's my chickens. Those are I think they're all roosters, them three. Now, she's a female. That one right there, they just came through. But the other ones are roosters, and I was supposed to have all hens. Or at least 3 hens and 1 rooster, but I don't think it worked. So I'm selling them. Because they're gonna start fighting. I think that's the one that crows. I'm not sure, but he's just sitting there, just chilling. I think there was water in that thing. I have water in other places, but here's my other ones. There should be 3 there. They're hovering over the 1. But that's my Rhode Island Red right there. And there's a black one. They're supposed to start looking like zebras, but I don't see no stripes on them. Maybe they have to get bigger, but they're considered like Plymouth Rocks. And they're supposed to get like this stripe look to them. I don't see that happening. Okay, now you see how all 3 of them's there. So that's my chickens, and these guys are been out here for a little while now. That one in the very back, if you see his wing, see how it's got little bare spots. Not nearly as bad as Peekaboo, but but those are all girls that I know. All the boys have the big googler at the top and the big crest at the top of his head. Almost looks like a crown like. There he is. And there's a female way over here just resting. Sometimes I gotta fuss with them to get them to go in, but there'd be other times that I don't, and they're already in one side of there. This is what I do is if they're over here, and even if they're not, I get them all the way over into this section, and then I'll close this door. That way they're over there. So at least I don't have to worry about them going back over here and running around and all that stuff. There's Charlie. Oh boy. That's his standing post, his guarding post. There's Miss Peekaboo. But this is them, and they're pretty much full grown now. So, like I said, I wanted to bring you down here and let you see, and maybe I'll even do the video included in this one on, when I put them together. But I'll have to put that video in with this one so you can see how I do it. And sometimes you gotta fuss with it. Not to change some of it. Look at that one. It's got white feather to its tail. And not the female, but another male has the same thing. It's got little white feathers in there with their too. It's really strange. Maybe they're gonna be brown and white. I don't know, but they're Easter eggers. And they're born from an incubator. But anyway, that's my chickens, and some just flew in my hair. Take the zoom out. But there's all 3 of them. We zoom into them so you can see them real good. There's 1, 2, 3. I called the Rhode Island Red. I just call her Red. She's just like me. She's got red feathers. I got red hair. Pretty much all of them are except for the black ones. And I haven't really named them yet. Hey, if you think of a good name, something that goes with their color, let me know. My husband said, name one Blackie. I said, that's stupid. There they all are. One's doing something, and then they all get interested. Like, what are you doing? I want to know. Sorry. I had a pill alarm that just came up on my screen. I had to turn it off. But anyway, I can't really make this any bigger than it is. But the reason I have 2 sections here is because I feel that they're safer once I put them in. They're safe in that coop, no matter what. But I feel better when it's got an extra built of, you know, a guard, like, you know, like extra protection on them, so nothing can try to just go right in there. So that's where I might smash cans, but I plan on getting that out of here. And I think this can, has cans in it too. So whenever we get cans, we smash them, and if we collect enough, we'll send them in. Yeah, it gives you a little bit of money. It's what people do here when you don't have a lot of money. But these are my chickens, and I named her Lady. But if someone says the first name I gave her was Goldie Hawn, or what, Goldilocks, that's what it was, Goldilocks, and I didn't really like that. So I could name her Lady, and one of the boys Tramp. Lady and the Tramp. No, I don't know. But now they're all over there, so I can show you what I'm going to do now. And do this, and that closes. Makes it a lot easier. See, they're already going in. They kind of already know. So when I get in there, I'll lock this permanently, and then I'll just rush these 2, 3 in there, close the door, and then I'll grab the dog and the bird. I might leave the dog out here. I take the bird upstairs, and then come back down and get the dog. But that's the process that I go through every night. It's not really hard at all. Just gotta let them out in the morning and put them in at night. It is hard though when you have to be somewhere and you can't, or your leg's hurting, and yeah, that's why I had friends and family that helped me out. Anyway, that's pretty much what I was going to show you guys. And yeah, look, they're looking at me. They're checking me out like, what lady, what are you going to do with us now, huh? I am going to put some more new wood chips in there, and I need to fill them bottoms with hay. Because now they're laying in them, not laying eggs, just laying in them, and that's the first thing to that's where they'll nest and lay their eggs whenever they do that. And that light is it's a plant light, but I just keep that in there just so they can see and everything. Because when I turned it out, they were starting to fuss in there, so I didn't want something too bright, but just, you know, just to give them a little light. It looks purple to me. But look at that little fat one right there. That's one of the hens, or roosters, I mean. One did crow, but they just sound so funny. I wish I could get it on film. I don't know which one it is, but one of them, if you do that, sometimes they'll crow. But right before they do it, they usually flap their wings. Like that. You gonna do it? That's not how they normally crow. That's what he sounds like, so I'm just imitating him. You gonna do it? Sometimes I will. was trying to get him to crow, but what? Is that lady? Yeah, that's lady right there. I did name one of these Romeo, and I had a friend, she named hers Romeo, but I had already named mine Romeo when I got him. Not because she named hers, just I like that name too, Romeo. And the other one's Fred and Barney, so I don't know who's what. I might put like different color rubber bands around their ankles, loose though, and just so I can identify who's what. And then I'll figure out, I'll probably name this one Fred, that one Barney, and if I keep with Romeo, that would be Romeo, the lighter colored one. And there's Lady. A lady. I really don't want to name her later, but it's the only thing I can come up with. Y'all need to help me. But, I really just love watching chickens. They're very therapeutic. You can just watch them, and God, I could just sit here and watch them all day. They're funny. They're just something else. They're just really nice to watch. Like stretch, doing a yoga stretch. Yeah, these guys, when I did a video of them, they were little tiny ones, and look how big they are now. There's Red. Red right there. And I was thinking to name one of the black ones, what's that? Onyx. I was going to name one Onyx. And one Ebony. Because Ebony's a girl's name. And Ebony represents, like, black. So I thought Ebony would be good. And then Onyx, I don't know yet. It'd be cool if it was a male. I would call him Cole for like charcoal. But so I got some names. I got Red, Lady, unless I change your name, Onyx, and Ebony, Fred. You know what? I could name her Ginger. What do you all think about Ginger? Leave it in the comment section. Just tell me, do you like Ginger better or do you like Lady? And if I ever got a pig, which I will never get, but if I ever did, I would name it Babe. Alright, well that's about it. That wraps up this video. I'm probably, since you kind of know my system on how I put them in at night, I really don't need to add that to this video, so we're just going to end it right here. But I just want to show you, oh, and there's another thing. I did not plant this, but this sunflower is growing in a weird spot, and I had no idea how it got there. That's a sunflower. Yeah, I don't know how it got there. And look at Lazy Butt. I don't know how he sits up here during the day because, I mean, black attracts heat. And as hot as it been getting, and he lays on this. I don't know. He's my guard dog during the day. If it gets too hot, no, he comes back in. But if it ain't bad, like in the 80s or whatever, if it's like mid to lower 80s, then he's okay out here because he has a dog house and he has, all this is shaded during the day, so he'll go over there and lay in the grass and you know, he likes it. Now see how she's on top of that mason jar like? She'll do that. She'll get on top of there and then she'll peek her head through the little holes on top of the grate that I have covered on top of that tote inside the house. And she'll do it out of the blue. You'll be watching TV and all of a sudden this head pops up. It's so darn funny. So we named her Peekaboo. So she's nesting. That's what she's doing. But I'm going to take her in after I do these. And I guess that's it, folks. Let me know what you think. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Okay? So, talk to you later. Bye bye.